What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar, and I'm back at it again to discuss the latest episode of the Attack on Titan final season. This episode was called Assassin's Bullet, and true to its name, there was a major death and the huge twist that Zeke is actually still alive, so make sure to stay tuned for that. If you do enjoy seeing these Attack on Titan videos and want to keep them coming, then the best thing you could do is Warhammer smash that like button and share this video with any Attack on Titan fans that you know. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial. Hit that notification bell and select all, or you will miss future Attack on Titan videos. And while you wait for the next insane episode to drop, feel free to check out our growing Attack on Titan playlist, where we got videos about all the Titan shifters and their powers, all the Acromans and their powers, the Titans rank from weakest to strongest, and much more. Link to that is in the description. Now, without further ado, let's jump into it. So this episode starts with Eren's Titan holding the helpless Jaw Titan. Reiner transformed into his very human-looking Titan transformation after hearing the cries of Falco and Gabi. Again, I believe that this weird partial transformation is the result of his weak will to live and to fight. That's usually what it takes to transform, and Reiner made it clear that he wanted to die. He wouldn't have even been able to transform if Gabi and Falco didn't give him a push that let him take on this incomplete transformation. Anyways, Reiner runs to attack Eren's Titan and gets beaten back. He falls and he's in no condition to battle anymore. However, he did manage to rescue Porco's Titan. Now, you might think that this is a good opportunity to take down Reiner and Porco at once for Eren and Mikasa. But Eren says, and I quote, "The fight is over, we're out of strength," end quote. And he also mentions he can't kill Reiner. Now, Eren definitely had the chance to take the Jaw Titan power if you ask me, so let me know why you think he didn't. Do you think he just played with him too long, or do you think he didn't take the power on purpose? It's possible that another Titan power would be too much too soon for him, since he already has 3 inside of him now: the Attack Titan, the Founding Titan, and now the Warhammer Titan 2. And do you think he was actually completely out of steam and strength, or did he want to spare Reiner since he used to be his friend? To me, it definitely seemed like Eren had no interest in killing Reiner, and he even said bye to him as if he was parting with a friend. But it's possible he was also in no position to take his power because he wasted too much of it and wouldn't be able to transform again, since he was the first person to transform, and he did transform 3 times already. This whole episode we got Gabi, who turns out to be the assassin, being angry and chasing after the airship. She wants revenge, she wants to go down fighting, she has drive and passion, and a bunch of energy. Honestly, she's very similar to how Eren was when he was younger, except her hatred and drive is directed towards taking out the island Eldians, who she sees as devils, while Kid Eren was focused on taking out the Titans. From our perspective now, it's easier to see how ridiculous Gabi is behaving because we have a more complete picture of what's going on. While with Eren, we didn't know the truth about Titans and how they came to be, and so we didn't realize immediately how pointless Eren's hatred geared towards mindless Titans who were secretly Eldians and victims of Marleyan cruelty was. But yeah, let's move on from angry Gabi now to Eren and Mikasa, who hop aboard the airship. Eren is no longer as clearly energetic and strong driven as Gabi is, because that insane level of energy and drive can only come when you view yourself as the pure hero and your opponent as the pure villain, with no gray area in between. For Eren, he's not so idealistic anymore. He knows that Reiner isn't the bad guy, he's just a guy who attacked him and his people because he thought it was the right thing to do, and now he attacked them back because he thinks it's the right thing to do for him and his people, the people of Paradise Island. Even as he pursues his agenda, Eren knows that he is killing innocent people, and thus he no longer has that twinkle in the eye and high hopes of someone like Gabi. Rather, he has a lifeless, tortured face now, as Levi will point out, even as he continues marching forward with his plan. This is a very powerful moment where Armin is clearly upset with Eren. After all, Eren unilaterally, aka by himself, decided he would leave Paradise Island and undertake this whole operation, even if Levi, Hanji, Armin, and the rest were against it. Because of him, the rest had to come because Eren and the Founding Titan are too valuable to fall in the hands of the Marleyans, and thus Eren forced them to come here, and the deaths that took place can thus all be blamed on him, if you look at it in that way. Armin probably blames Eren for turning him into a killer of innocent people too, which he became when he used the Colossal Titan explosion to wipe out the ships, dock, and land. Thus you get it when he's not overjoyed to see Eren. But even though he probably hates what he's done and Eren for making him do it, he is still Eren's friend and reaches his hand out to Eren. And Eren takes it. It's a small but extremely powerful moment that says to me, I hate what you did, but you're still my friend and I won't turn my back on you. Levi isn't quite so forgiving. Levi kicks Eren in the face and sends him flying and calls him a filthy sight to behold. He says Eren has such a kickable face, which is pretty hilarious despite the seriousness of the tone right now. This is where he says Eren's face reminds him of the people he saw in the underground, who to me represent sad human beings with little room for naive hope and ideals. And Eren, in his view, had to become such a sad person despite how hopeful and idealistic he was in the past. He feels like it's killed or be killed, and he had to do stuff he wasn't proud of, and stuff that even tortured him because he thinks it's the only way to save his people. Levi said he never thought he'd see Eren have that face, but he does because Eren has, in a way, sacrificed his soul, sold it to the devil in order to give his people a fighting chance. Many times in this episode, people will blame Eren for the deaths that took place, but the truth is, if Eren stayed a sitting duck, the fast advancing Marleyan technology, along with all of their Titan powers, could have been used to wipe them out on the island. Rather than seeing Eren as the cause of the Survey Corps deaths, one might argue Eren is the reason the rest survived. But that is all up for debate. We're told that everything went according to Eren's plan. There has been 6 casualties so far, but Floch and the others are more idealistic like Gabi in the sense that they see things in very binary terms. They're really happy because they killed way more of the enemy than they lost, and they view this battle as a glorious victory for the new Eldian Empire. Sasha, Jean, and Connie, though, are more mature in their view and don't get excited. They wonder how many more battles will there be? How many more people will die? They know that they didn't just kill the enemy, but real complex human beings. Nonetheless, Connie is glad that they 3 survived because Sasha and Jean are special to him. Even though he probably doesn't want to admit it, he's a lot like Eren. He has people who are special to him and they take priority over the others. Who's to say how many people Connie would be willing to sacrifice if it means he could save Sasha? While Connie is hugging them, Sasha warmly touches Connie's arm, suggesting that there might be shared feelings between the two that aren't totally platonic. Sasha, our potato girl meme, who is always good for some comedic relief moments, comments that she wants to eat. Then we jump to Gabi, who was spared because Sasha didn't want to kill a child. Sasha had the chance to kill her, but she only killed the Marleyan soldiers who showed Gabi kindness. Gabi is mad about those soldiers dying, and Zofia and Udo dying, since this is her home where the people she cares about live, and Eren attacked it. She watched Zeke, who she cared a lot about and viewed as her captain and hero, die while she was powerless to help. We may well be thinking right now that Eren felt the exact same way when Reiner attacked him and the Smiling Titan ate his mom, and Falco brings up exactly that. He says this was revenge because Marley attacked them. But Gabi doesn't care. She didn't see that and neither did Falco, so she refuses to be swayed by it. Besides, she's been brainwashed to believe that the Island Devils threaten peace. They are cruel devils who've always deserved to die. They are irredeemable in her view. They can't be good. They're nothing like the Eldians on the continent. This is the easy way to look at things for Gabi. Gabi must know, as Falco does, deep down that what she's saying isn't true, but she won't accept it because she needs a scapegoat. She needs something and someone to direct all her feelings of injustice and hatred toward, and the Island Devils, the epitome of pure evil in her mind, are the perfect target. Gabi spots the old-timer hanging from the ship. He could have shot her, like Sasha could have, but he didn't because she's a kid, and so she shot and killed him. This guy was an extra, not really someone we are emotionally invested in, but he serves to show that this world in Attack on Titan is kill or be killed, and if you show mercy, you have to be prepared to be killed as a result. Gabi wants Falco to tell everyone she fought to the end, and she wants the rest of them to carry on her will as she prepares to get aboard the airship, but Falco refuses to let her go alone. He grabs on and they leave Colt, Falco's brother, to freak out on the ground. Sasha, a contender for best girl, hears something, and then Gabi appears and shoots Sasha, shoots our potato girl. This is the first big death on the Survey Corps side this season, and why did it happen? because Sasha spared Gabi. As they say, the good die young, and then there's that Batman quote, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. And Sasha died pure. She refused to compromise her morals, refused to kill a child, and she died as a result. Eren, who had no such hang-ups, was willing to become a villain to save his people, and he is still alive. It suggested that the world of Attack on Titan will inevitably corrupt you if you stay in it long enough. And I can't describe how tragic it is to see our precious potato girl die. It's horrible, and it's horrible seeing Connie deal with it, who obviously loved her more than anything. And it also symbolizes how there's no room in this series anymore for comedic relief and lighthearted moments. It's just darkness now, and right now it seems like it's going to swallow up everyone. Falco ends up tackling Gabi in an attempt to save her, which stops her from possibly killing Jean as well. The two kids get beaten up bad because they are the enemy and they just shot one of their own. As she's dying, Sasha thinks of food. She thinks of food until the very end, while Jean needs to figure out what to do with the enemy kids. Some suggest throwing them out of the plane, while he ends up tying them up and bringing them to where Eren and Levi are. In the meantime, we jump to Peak, who remembers that she saw the soldier who led them to the trap before. She was a soldier really devoted to Zeke. As we later figure out, this was Yelena, and she wore a fake beard. Yeah, they probably should have gotten someone with an actual beard, but whatever. Then we find out in epic fashion that Zeke is actually alive as Gabi and Falco see him. Gabi wonders why Zeke let them capture him, but Hanji reveals that this was actually all Zeke's plan. What a twist it must be for these guys and for us, and it's definitely one of the biggest twists in Attack on Titan, and that's saying a lot for a series like this. The basement reveal was still probably the craziest of all, but this is up there. Zeke, rather than siding with Falco and Gabi, simply refers to them as miscalculations. Levi and Zeke, even though they are sort of on the same side now, still don't get along. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because Yelena failed to keep the cart and Jaws trapped, Zeke had to improvise and throw more rocks than planned, thus killing more people than planned. Levi calls Zeke a hairball, which is pretty funny. I love the back and forth between these two. And Zeke tells Levi to stop glaring at him or he'll pee his pants. Definitely not something you expected to hear from Marley's strongest warrior. Levi clearly wants to kill Zeke badly, but he knows it's not the time for that and says he'll save the best bite for last. So the rivalry between them goes on, but there is a temporary truce apparently. Eren with this mission bought Paradise Island time, and now through Zeke they have a royal-blooded Titan. And when the founding Titan user, namely Eren, makes contact with a royal-blooded Titan, meaning Zeke, Eren should be able to unlock the complete powers of the founding Titan, and he won't be limited by Karl Fritz's pacifist ideology. This means Eren will be able to wake up the tens of millions of colossal Titans and control them, he'll be able to rewrite Eldian memories, and he'll be able to change the body compositions of all Eldians, among other things, giving him pretty much godlike powers. On top of all that, Eren also managed to get the Warhammer Titan power. So now it's clear that him coming into contact with Zeke was the most important part of the plan, and whether they got the Jaw Titan and Armor Titan wasn't actually that important. People mentioned the lives that were sacrificed to get Eren back, but again, you could say everyone's life would have been sacrificed if he didn't do this eventually. Now, much of Marleyan technology has been destroyed, and they have the rumbling of the colossal Titans they can use if the Marleyans try anything. Eren has definitely increased the likelihood of Island Eldian survival through this mission. But let me know your thoughts. Do you blame Eren for the deaths that happened, including Sasha's, or do you think Eren had to do it? Anyways, Connie comes and confirms the really tragic truth that Sasha is dead. He cries, Armin cries, Mikasa cries, and Eren too is crushed. Her last word was meat. She tried to keep them laughing right until the end, but she won't be able to do that anymore, again symbolizing a shift in the series to a much darker tone, where there is even less space for comedic relief like the kind Sasha always offered us. Through the flashback, we see that Sasha was a very positive and optimistic person, but as I said, in the Attack on Titan world so far, it seems like the good pure ones die young, while the others get corrupted and arguably even become villains. If you ask the Marleyans, our protagonist Eren has just become the biggest, worst villain in the world. Again, people even blame Sasha's death on Eren, saying she only died because Eren dragged the scouts into this, but no one says that he may have saved everyone else. It wasn't an easy decision for Eren, but as the preview of the next episode says, unable to change the past, they must continue down the one before them. If you haven't read the manga and didn't see the death coming, let me know how Sasha's death hit you, let me know how Zeke being alive and being behind the whole thing hit you, and let me know what you think about Eren and his actions. Also, how do you feel about Gabi, who murdered our precious potato girl after she was spared multiple times? I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of these things, and also your thoughts on this particular episode as a whole. The next episode preview shows that we will have some flashback moments of what happened during the time skip, so we will still be able to appreciate Sasha's wonderful character, although it will have a tragic spin on it because we'll know that she is destined to die during this attack. The episode is called Brave Volunteers. And that is it for this one. A very tragic one with multiple crazy twists. If you do enjoy seeing these Attack on Titan episode reviews and want to keep them coming every week, then the best thing you could do is Warhammer smash that like button. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell and select all, or you will miss future Attack on Titan videos. And while you wait for the next insane episode to drop, feel free to check out our growing Attack on Titan playlist, where we got videos about all the Titan shifters and their powers, all the Ackermans and their powers, the Titans ranked from weakest to strongest, and much more. Link to that is in the description. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys, and rest in peace, Sasha.